Okay. By the end of the series?
By the end of the series, yeah.
600.
And I can buy out for 10%. You know, just or Ivey.
Whatever, yeah. Okay.
Same deal, obviously. Before the series starts, you know.
Oh, before the series starts, you can buy it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We can go 50 to 100 just in case I'm fine. No, I'll have plenty of money then. I have some good things going.
You can predict the future.
Ziegman going to raise it up with ace queen offsuit.
I'll take a price share broke before the start of next year's World Series. What do you want to lay?
I'll lay any amount you want.
Pass.
The problem is if you win, how are you going to get paid?
No. I want to know what you think you're making a bet.
Yeah, money by the end of the World Series.
1,700.
If you go broke between now and the World Series, I win.
Pass.
What's considered broke?
Pass.
Like not a quarter on me? I mean, I'm always broke.
Here's the flop.
4, 6, 10.
Both players
Get a piece of it.
Well, they get a little piece of it, but unfortunately for Ziegman, he's got a heart draw, but he's drawing dead to hearts because Dwan's got the king of hearts in his hand. Dwan also has top pair.
Ziegman still has 2 overcards with that heart, so he could easily get tangled up in this pot. Tom Dwan's not going to go anywhere with his hand.
3,700.
Well, these two players, they have so much experience against each other playing online and live, but mostly online.
2 of the more aggressive players at the table, too, so either one of them could be anywhere on this board.
A bet from Ziegman, the call from durrrr.
Deuce. Check or bet.
I think Ziegman's trying to decide whether to fire on another barrel. If he does, we'll definitely see a call from Tom Dwan. I don't think he can get away from top pair in the second nut flush draw.
There's a second bullet from Ziegman.
11,000.
Makes it 11,000.
Nearly a pot-sized bet there. I haven't seen many of those so far. I don't think it's going to scare durrrr out of this. Matter of fact, durrr's more considering whether to raise or flat call here.
So there's not much value in raising, though. I mean, if your opponent has an overpair, are you going to get him to fold it?
I don't mind a raise there because I figure to be drawing live with my flush draw.
6 diamonds on the river.
Check.
Well, Ziegman has given up, though. He checks over to Dwan.
Yeah, now Dwan's going to probably value bet something in the 17 to 20,000 range, about half the pot, probably right at 17, 18,000. It's about all he can get paid off, and he probably can't even get that paid off. That's why bet sizing is so important here. Any chance of Dwan getting paid off, he's got to really think twice about the size of his bet.
26,400.
Oh, he's trying to make it look like a bluff. Aha. He's disguising it.
26,400 from Dwan. Back over to Ziegman.
Well, I don't think Ziegman could make this hero call.
And is there any chance that Ziegman thinks that Dwan has the ace of hearts?
He's
making a bluff.
You know what? I think that's exactly what's going through his mind right now. He's like, I can beat any hand that's not a bluff in his mind, but there's too many hands that Dwan could have here. I don't like this at all. I'm letting this go. I'm not going to try to make a hero call. Not in this spot. There'll be better spots later. Obviously, if he's taking this long, Ziegman thinks he might have the best hand. He would be mistaken. He definitely doesn't. Oh, wow! He tries to make a hero call.
Great value bet from Dwan. And Ziegman pays him off with ace-queen high. And Dwan takes in $87,000.
Tell you what, Dwan, bet sizing there, he made the exact size bet to make it look like a bluff. And you know what? To the victor goes the spoils. Well played by durrrr.
8 of the best seated at this table.
I was just hoping he had ace-king. I heard that pairs are better than ace-king, so that's what I was hoping for.
Raise, 2,000.
Ziegman going to raise it up with the king-jack suited, Kojak.
Cool.
Dwan calls. And if spades come, he's going to be in trouble.
Queen 4 of spades versus king jack of spades. Oh, and speaking of spades,
cool.
This could be the perfect storm developing. A6 of spades for Mike the Mouth.
Here comes 9 deuce 3 of diamonds. Yeah, no spades out there, not a surprise at all. King 7-4, couple of clubs. Top pair with jack kicker. for Zygmunt.
Check.
And Zygmunt's going to play it tricky.
Wow.
3. Check.
It's a pretty coordinated board to be checking. I think we'll see a little bet now for sure from Zygmunt.
And here is the bet.
7,000.
7,000 from Zygmunt.
Wow. Almost a pot-sized bet.
Cool.
And a call from Tom Dwan. Not real sure about that call.
Well, remember, Dwan had a pair on the flop, but when checked around, he probably thinks his 4s might be good.
10.
Especially Zygmunt. Zygmunt's the type of player, he's betting anything. He bets when he has a little piece of it. Now he has top pair and he checks it.
25,000.
But he bet pot size, and this time he bet over the pot. I mean, it's the size of the bet, too. It's not just that he bet. He bet a large bet, and that usually means one or the other. A really good hand or a bluff. I think that's why he's trying to disguise the medium strength of his actual hand and maybe get paid off here.
And if you've watched Zygmunt enough, the one thing about him is his bet sizing is always a little bit unconventional, very unorthodox.
Yeah.
He confuses his opponents like that.
He definitely gets out there and doesn't mind dancing, I'll tell you that.
And, of course, Dwan knows Ziggy so well. I mean, these guys, countless number of hands online.
They do have a lot of history together, that's for sure. I think that's going into consideration here. Tom Dwan knows that Zygmunt is capable of a bluff in this spot. I don't know why, but I think Tom Dwan is going to pay this off. I just got a gut feeling.
Cool.
He does
He
call.
does. I thought he was going to pay him off. Wow.
Well, Zygmunt, by doing that unconventional check on the flop, made himself an extra $32,000. In all likelihood, if Zygmunt bets that flop, everybody folds and the hand is over.
For sure. By playing it tricky, he got the maximum payout.
600 to call. Raise to 1,900.
This time Zygmunt picks up a real hand. He's got the snowmen. Oberstad with 10-9.
For people living in warmer climates, snowman referring to the 2 8s in his hand.
Call.
Oberstad calls, and Benjamin picks up another big hand in the blinds, this time ace-queen.
74.
I suspect we'll see at least a 3-bet here.
We raised to 7,400.
And sure enough, there's another 3-bet. We just saw this. That's like deja vu. This time, instead of the 4-bet, you got the raise from Zygmunt, the call from Annette, and a 3-bet from David Benjamin.
7,400 total.
This time, though, I'm not sure if Zygmunt's going to fold so quickly.
No, matter of fact, he might actually consider a re-raise here in this spot. Well, I guess he's considering the call.
Call.
How much you play?
7,400 total.
Maybe 60.
Zygmunt calls, and is that going to bring in Oberstad now?
It very well could, and that's checking out the stack size of David Benjamin.
She's getting a little bit more than 3-1 on the call, plus implied odds. By the way, implied odds.
Well, basically, in a nutshell, when you have the right implied odds, it means it's not what you can win right here on this hand. It's how much can you win on later streets, how much in the overall pot you can win in this hand.
All right, if you hit your hand, how much you can potentially win. Flop 10-4-3,
Play 4
2
check.
clubs.
Check
Annette
back.
would have made top pair, but she folded. Zygmunt with the best of it right now with the snowmen.
Annette,
Benjamin's got the betting lead. He was the pre-flop aggressor.
he's got the whip, especially with one overcard. But I'll tell you right now, Zygmunt's not the kind of player with only one card out there to not make this call if David Benjamin does lead this flop. I think Zygmunt would definitely call here.
Pot 18,000. Benjamin's going to check.
Check or bet?
I think it's a smart check by David Benjamin. He's not really running up the white flag. He's not saying I surrender, but at the same time he's saying, okay, that's a disjointed flop. There's a good chance that he knows I'm on big cards, but that might not have fit my hand. I actually like this, especially against the aggressive Finnish player.
10.
And a check.
Bet.
Turn is another 10. Annette's now kicking herself. That would have been trip 10s for her.
Especially with the check flop. It would have been a very, very good turn card for Annette Oberstad's hand. Well, now it wouldn't make any sense to me if David Benjamin led this pot here on the turn.
Bet. 9,000.
I'm really surprised Not telling a very
9,000
consistent
to call.
story. So many times in poker, it's the story that you tell.
Well, is there a chance that he thinks he has the best hand? I mean, is there a chance? I mean, remember Zygmunt, who sometimes will call lightly. Is there a chance that Zygmunt's got King Jack?
Well, here's the problem. By leading this turn card, even if he thinks he has the best hand right here, he can only be called by a hand that beats him.
Call.
And Zygmunt does call, and you're right.
Oh.
You can only beat him.
Well, that was bingo.
Now Zygmunt, if he wasn't sure if he was ahead before, he's pretty sure now.
Check. Check or bet.
He's got to make a real odd bet to get paid off here. He's got to basically
Overbet the pot?
Overbet or drastically value bet.
Yeah, we've seen this from Zygmunt, though. We've seen
Like,
the overbet.
like 12,000, like a third of the pot. He's got to do one or the other to get this hand paid off. But I would think, knowing how Zygmunt plays, we're more likely to see
Bet 100,000.
we're more likely to see an overbet.
We knew it. You knew it was coming. You knew the overbet was coming. And Zygmunt does this with his bluffs. He does this with his made hands. It's one of the reasons he's so dangerous.
Speaking of overbets, there was 36,000 in this pot. Now there's 136,000. Wow. Of course, David Benjamin only has 43,000 left. I like it from Zygmunt's side of the felt.
Right. Effectively, the bet's only 43,000.
That's correct.
But it just looks so odd because most players go, you know, if you had a made hand, wouldn't you want to get paid off? That's the conventional thinking. Zygmunt goes the other way around and he goes, you know what? That's what you're thinking, so I'm going to do this instead.
Yep. He's definitely an unconventional player, but I'll tell you what, his style of play works. He could definitely be on a broken flush draw right here. He could have a club draw. David Benjamin might try to make a hero call here.
He could have 6 high. He could have 5-6. I mean, you think of all the hands he could have right now.
Easily could be on a bluff. I think there's actually over 50% chance that David Benjamin's going to pay this off. And I can't say that if I'm David Benjamin that I fault him exactly. It's kind of a tough spot. I bet David Benjamin wishes he didn't make that turn bet, because the turn bet is what's really got him in a perplexed state right now.
Ivey watching on. There's the call.
Interested? Yep.
There's the call from Benjamin.
I thought he might get paid off here, and he does.
Full house.
And I think Benjamin knew it. Benjamin said, you know what, you got a monster or you got nothing at all.
It had to be one or the other. Yeah. I can't really fault David Benjamin for that.
Huge pot. And it goes to Zygmunt, 122,800.
Nice hand. Thanks.
And Benjamin's going to have to rebuy. He has been felted. And he makes the signal. Is that for 100,000 or 1 million? You never know with David Benjamin.
Yeah, with this crowd, you never know.